by a leading discount website, I should say, has found that 71% of respondents prefer to pay for items in store using a debit or a credit card rather than cash. Half of those that were asked said that cash may not exist by 2030, which I think is bizarre. Mark Pearson, is the managing director of myvouchercodes.ie. He's joining us now. Mark, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Yeah, really good, thank you.
Okay, it's myvouchercodes.co.uk, I should say. I'll just clarify that. So, I mean, half of those people think that there won't be such thing as cash around in 2030. That's mad.
Yeah, I mean, we run kind of regular surveys on the site just to get people's opinions on various shopping information, and we've had some weird and wonderful ones. But this is an interesting one because obviously online shopping's what our website does. People do credit, debit card online. We wanted to know what they do when they're in the high street, and for so many people, I think the figures are very, very interesting. I don't know about yourself, but I know I tend to prefer to pick that card out, and it's now easier than ever. Yeah. There's a little chip and pin system, and it's done. You know, you don't have to rummage around for the change. The bit that I hate, you're hurried along so much after you've done the transaction that you're shoving money in your pocket and receipts. You know, so I can understand. Card back in your wallet or purse, and you're done. You move on. Does it makes sense, doesn't it?
Well, it certainly does. But the elimination of cash altogether, I mean, I always think of cash as a safety net. Maybe it's just because I've grown up with it. I do have my cards as well, which I do use for various transactions. But, you know, the idea that there wouldn't be any physical paper cash around in 2030, it just shows we're becoming a paperless world.
Yeah, I mean, it's worrying because you always make sure you've got cash just in case. And I think that's what you highlighted just then.
The safety
net. You feel safe with the cash. You know, if technology fails me, I've got that note in my pocket, I can get home safe, I can get my dinner, whatever it may be. So what do we do as a backup plan when technology might fail in the future? I mean, part of our survey said people think that it will be iris scanning technology will be a way, and credit and debit cards mightn't even exist by then. I don't know how they recognise, you know, what are you gonna, I don't know how you work out. What do you do? Point your eye at something and they take the payment?
No, I tell you how it'll work. They're going to put a little chip inside of your finger, right? And your finger is going to be complete access to your bank account, and they scan that and they say, oh yeah, the money's there. There you go. Off you go.
I suppose you can't lose your card. You've got no excuse, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting one. So, yeah, really no cash. I find it hard to believe, but I mean, a lot of our figures do say, you know, there's already a lot of people. I mean, 82% of our users said it's just easier to carry the card and no cash. You can imagine that. That's true. I mean, I know I'm a pain, and I don't know about yourself, but think about all that change. I have that little jar which turns into a bigger jar and a bigger jar full of all the loose change, and I'll play with the 50p's and I'll play with the pound coins, and then, you know, I'm guessing your euros over there, you know, so it gets I think it makes sense. I prefer a world of notes. It'll make it a little bit easier, you know, but how to pay for the little stuff? So nothing's ever perfect, so I can see the sense in it, but yeah, it's an interesting one. It's
going to be an interesting one. People can have a look at the survey by going onto your website. Just give us that website again.
We've actually recently launched an Irish version of our site. We've got myvouchercodes.co.uk, which is UK customers. We've specifically targeted the Irish users to, obviously, because they come to the UK site, some of the things they can't buy. You're aware of what we are. We obviously a voucher site, so we're a kind of middleman. If you shop online, you can come and save money. So myvouchercodes.ie has recently launched, so that'll be an interesting one for your listeners, I think.
Indeed, and we look forward to having a look at it. Mark, thank you.
Cheers, thanks, bye.
Good morning, Mark Pearson, the managing director of myvouchercodes.co.uk. The Irish version has just been launched, myvouchercodes.ie, if you want to have a look at it. Dublin's